the number of senior citizens who are dying due to COVID is back to the same percentage as it was during the first wave of the pandemic, is what a study in Mumbai has shown. Now, while this does not mean a spike in the number of deaths, it shows that senior citizens and those with comorbidities cannot let their guards down at all. Now, in January, the share of the elderly in COVID deaths was about 75.7%. In February, this went up to 84%. In March, 80%. That's when vaccines started for the 60 plus. And April, May, June, August also that share of elderly deaths in the COVID toll at around 65% or so. But in September, that's jumped up again to 79%. That's 6 months to the first vaccine, and in October that's climbed up a little further. This according to Mumbai's civic body data.
63-year-old SATISHCHANDRA died of COVID in October in spite of being fully vaccinated. His brother, a practicing senior family physician, says the time to consider booster shots for the elderly has come.
I appeal to the task force also to think for the second booster dose for the COVID vaccination for the comorbid and senior people.
The Mumbai Corporation says that while deaths have gone down significantly amongst all segments of the population, senior citizens still remain more vulnerable. The BMC is consulting the state task force on what can be done to protect senior citizens with comorbidities. Mumbai Corporation says a decision on booster shots will have to come from the centre.
Comorbid status of the persons, senior citizens, that may be added factor for contributing more in terms of more in numbers and more in percentage. We have requested formally to the task force members that they should understand, they should study this thing, and they should come out with some suggestions, some solution, so that we can put forth before the Government of India and the Government of Maharashtra for coming out with the policies.
Doctors on the state's COVID task force say senior citizens, especially those with comorbidities, will remain highly susceptible to COVID, and they will have to strictly follow COVID protocols.
Absolute number of deaths have significantly come down. The percentage of these adult elderly population still remains high, and one of the main reasons for that is the amount of comorbidities they have.
Even though the total amount of case fatalities last reported was about 0.7-0.8%. We know that the two biggest group of people who can get infected or at higher risk are the elderly and those people who are obese.
For those who have comorbidities and are on immunosuppressant medicines, remaining vigilant is the only way to stay safe, because experts have made it clear that COVID is here to stay, and COVID fatalities in the future is likely to come from this category of citizens. In Mumbai with camera person Praveen Ji Rohit, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.